Everybody is Invicta, and it is time for the R-Key Challenge run here, unlocked by you all of the Mosh Pit. Thank you for making it possible, part of the last like streak goal. So how it's going to work today is we're going to be playing on the Twitch save file for the mods, and also every single time we get hit, the game is going to R-Key. Now we're going to be playing as base Isaac, just so we don't have any unfair starts as far as the starting items or the starting stats, and we can beat any boss that we want, but we have to beat the run, and every single time we get hit, it is going to R-Key. So before we get into this one, let's hop on into the meme of the day here, brought to you by, I'm going to say, Cheese Eater 1 on this Sinvicta subreddit. Title thread was Little Sissy Pumpkin, and then in the thread they said, a pumpkin that I made while watching Sinvicta. There's something very creepy about seeing Sissy with with teeth. She no longer looks like a spider. She looks like she's someone about to gang up on you. She's about to take your lunch money. She looks a little bit less happy, a little bit more bully-y. I do like it though. Thank you very much, Cheese Eater 1, and everyone who upvoted that one from a couple days ago. So I'm going to show you how the configuration works here. We do have the rules mod on, which you can find in the Steam Workshop. It's a very useful and awesome mod. And see today, it doesn't really matter what the seed is going to be, but there you go if you want to see it. It's going to be a Hotel Charlie Bravo 2 Arcade. All right, so we have the rules mod on. It doesn't look like it's on right now because we have nothing enabled, but if you hit J, it's going to bring up the rules mod. And then what we're going to say is that every single time the player takes damage, not from hurt, because that's going to trigger everything, it has to be from enemy damage. Then what we're going to do is, first off, we're going to make sure it doesn't replace it. And secondly, we need to make sure that Isaac uses an R key. So we search for R key, and there it is. So now every single time that we get hit, we are going to R key. And you might be thinking like, oh, well, what's the problem here? This should be pretty easy. You'd be surprised. There's the end goal of this challenge is simply going to be how many times do we R-key before we finally get a winnable run. And what I like about this challenge, and those of you who've seen this before, I've said this before and I'll say it again, what I like about this challenge is because it turns Isaac into a very traditional roguelite, meaning that we essentially are just going to keep building up items more and more often until we get so powerful that we can't possibly get hit or lose anything. So that's what that's what the premise of this whole challenge was, just to see, hey, what would happen? What would happen if we would just play Isaac like a traditional roguelite, and that we get to kind of like pick and choose our items a little bit more carefully, and they don't really have any lasting consequences on the run because we're all going to be doing just one big old run. So hopefully it won't take very long. I mean, how amazing would it be if I just get through an entire run without getting hit, right? Right, yeah, I just make the most disappointing like streak goal of all time, as far as not the goal, but like the actual completion of the like streak goal. I just don't get hit, and then it's just a regular Isaac run. that would be very ironic, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think I've ever no hit a single run before, unless if it's of course like a tainted lost or a regular lost run or something like that. But as far as not getting hit, just straight up just not getting hit, it's a lot harder than you think. And obviously with the lost and tainted lost, you have the mechanics of the holy card, which goes into actually today's question of the episode. Since I didn't even mean for this to be a natural segue, but I'm just going to go to it right now. The question of the episode from last week, the yucking of Isaac, was brought to you by Samurai 9000, and this one was a very good one. Samurai 9000 said, question of the day, for $1 million, you need to beat Hush with Tainted Lost in 30 minutes or less with no holy card. You can bring any 3 passive or active items of your choice. Which 3 items do you choose? And there's a lot of different ways that I could probably go with this, but I honestly think that the best way to do that as Tainted Lost with no holy card, and this is assuming that these are the only 3 items I get. I'm not allowed to take pills. I don't get any other items. I would have to say, honestly, give me C-section, give me Sacred Heart, and give me Mom's Knife. And I thought about this question for a little bit because I wanted to. There's 2 different ways that you could look at it, and this kind of plays into Isaac's philosophy as a whole, especially when you're playing the characters that can basically get one shot. We'll talk about it in just a moment. There's 2 different paths that you could go here. One would be we go just crazy unlimited power is try to nuke Hush down as fast as possible, right? And then the second one would be something more akin to a defensive build, which would be like 4.5 volt, Book of Shadows, and Sacred Heart or Brimstone, something like that. And you have to think of it from two different layers. The first layer is that yes, if you go in guns a blazing, you go and you beat old Hushy, or you try to. Okay, there was the schmoove there. As you see, the seed stayed the same. Like I said, almost I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's very, very, very difficult to get through an entire run without getting hit, especially when the spiders are schmooving like that. So you have the option to go from just crazy. We don't take candy heart. Excuse me. Okay, apparently using candy heart, or apparently walking on spikes, counts as player damage. I guess that makes sense, but that's not enemy damage. I actually don't want mucormycosis here. We can't go in the curse room because we only got 1 HP. Let me finish. Let me summarize this thought real quick. So, two schools of thought. One, you can nuke Hush down very quickly, but the problem is that obviously you're going to be exposed. You get one hit, it's dead. There's lots of opportunities to get hit there. But you shorten the length of time that's required of you to actually dodge. Whereas if you go for an ultra defensive build, yes, you are having a lot more survivability with the 4.5 volt, along with Sacred Heart or Brimstone, whichever one you want to choose there, and giving yourself a lot of uptime on it. But you're also not dealing a lot of damage, meaning that the window of you having to dodge perfectly increases exponentially. So it comes down to how well do you think your dodging is going to be on the long term or the short term. And in Isaac, the faster things are dead, the less you have to worry about them killing you. So with that, in that respect, that is the reason why I would go for just pure offense at this point and just say, okay, like nuts to it. We're going to go straight for Hush and just go guns a-blazing. I think that would be the overall approach that I would take trying to fight him on something like Tainted Lost with no Holy Card and getting only 3 passive items. So give me Sacred Heart, give me C-Section, and give me Mom's Knife, and we'll just see what happens. So thank you very much, Samurai. I thought that was a very good thought-provoking question. All right, so here we are now on, I think that was already, what, the second reset or something like that we took from the spikes. I've learned that apparently spikes count as enemy damage, which I guess, again, makes sense because it does actually remove your double deal whenever you get hit by spikes too, so yeah, that's fine. As you see here, we might be in for a long one. We'll see. We'll see. With Isaac having the D6, of course, and having so many item pedestals, our power curve is bound to get pretty nuts after, well, hopefully this is the last reset, but I would doubt it. Now, one thing to note that I did change over the last time that we did the R-Key challenge was in that one, I would have the damage be replaced by simply just using R-Key, which means that we wouldn't actually take any damage. And that's no longer, I think, in the spirit of the challenge, because you don't want to take damage, period. If you take damage, that damage should roll over to the next run if we're going to be playing this like a roguelite. So that's my philosophy on doing that, and the reason why I've made that slight change. But other than that, we're just going to try to win a run. How many times does it take to reset before we actually do get a winning run here in the R-Key challenge? Meaning that we went through an entire run without getting hit, ever. So this video might be super long, or it might be average length, or maybe even a little bit shorter than we thought. Because obviously the stronger that we're going to be getting through these first 3 or 4 floors or so, we're going to be just blasting right through them. Theoretically. Now, whether or not that happens or not, we'll figure it out. I will go in here, and I do want a Soul Heart because I want to at least protect our Devil Deal. We got Ace of Diamonds. I think where the problem is going to be, obviously, is going to be rooms like this. Not necessarily dodging bosses and stuff, but just making sure we don't get schmooved upon. And just getting out of the weird rooms, the rooms with the turrets or stuff like that. I don't feel like fighting the 2 little haunts, and apparently they don't work on little haunts. Never mind. I was bamboozled. once again, as always. Like that key beggar from last week. If you're wondering why Haunt is freaking out right now, it's because we have the sulfuric acid, or not sulfuric acid, but Mom's perfume tears. It puts a fear on our tear effect. As you can tell, it doesn't make Haunt flip out or freak out or anything. It's totally working as intended. There goes Haunt. You get a booster pack. That's just super duper awesome. Super great. I'm willing to not. That would have arced us. I'm willing to take a risk on the item pedestal here. Yep. Celtic Cross might hook us up, or just might never proc. That's fine. Yeah. All right. So not great. We get a Joker card, 2 Joker cards. Ooh. Well, if we get a full charge, we might be able to re-roll that. The moon. I do think that mimic chests count as enemy damage. Is there? Well, it doesn't matter if there's a full charge or not. We need to get 5 cents to get a full charge on the D6. Only reason why the D6 or the full charge matters right here is because we can actually get into the Devil Deal room, assuming that it closes, which it probably will. The bomba. Delta Cross. Thank you. Okay, back up to 10 cents. I like that. And I know we have a Tinted Rock somewhere in this level. But is there a full charger? There's not, unless... Oh, there's a charge key. Okay, hang on now. There's a small rock, which is a little bit dangerous to have on an R key challenge, but we'll see. It stayed open for us. That's very nice of you, game. And we get Guppy's Tail and Duality. We'll take Guppy's Tail. We have 3 keys. I would love to go get Sharp Key, but yeah, okay. All right, so obviously with our speed down, we're gonna have to be careful. Don't wanna be falling prey to the schmooving of Isaac. We do not want to go into the Devil Deal until we have a full charge on our D6. And really, this kind of illustrates the point that I was talking about to Samurai's question too. In the best defense is a good offense. It is true. It holds true in every sense of the word here in this game. The faster you can get out of a room, the better. The less dodging you're going to have to do, because guess what? If everything's dead, you don't have to dodge anything. Love and Mysterious Liquid absolutely destroying the floor lickers right now. And I am going to use our Joker card most likely here to get out of the mob trap room. I think a Bomba would be nice. Sharp Straw. I do like Sharp Strizzle, but you know, it's not exactly what we want here. Secret room, I knew it was there, but we just didn't have a bomb. R key challenge, baby. I have almost recovered from doing. I was never sick, thankfully, but man, was I tired. And I was also very sore from walking around the convention for 2 days. 2 days. I don't want 2 days straight, but like with a lot of working as well, like working the booths and talking to people and just meeting people. It's always fun. It is tiring though, I will say. It just shows that I just need to walk more. But I always get really bad shin splints too. Even when I was in good shape and I was playing sports and stuff, shin splints were always my bane, man. That's why I like using the elliptical machines at the gym. It's just because there's just no impact there. Helps out my ankle and especially my shin splints. We could try to preserve the Joker card. Maybe we could try to push our luck here and go fight the boss before, but I feel like we're wasting D6 charges right now because we could use this D6. Theoretically, we could use this D6 in the item room as well. So let's just stick to the plan. Let's not overcomplicate it. Got a guppy item. Let's go into the mob trap room, open up the golden chest, and we'll teleport out with the Joker card. Tears upgrade. I like it. Love it. Judas's freaking shadow. I wouldn't mind either. We just take both and just turn into Black Judas right now. Or we could wait. Because, remember, the damage carries over, so... Yeah. I decided not to roll Purgatory, because I don't know if I want to turn into Black Judas yet. Well... No. No. We don't want to move it. We don't want to remove our movement speed even further than it already is. Even if we're Black Judas and we get his base movement speed, we're still going to be really, really slow. So I don't think it's worth it. Need 1 cent, game. 1 cent, we get options. Options plus the D6 is very muy bueno. Our damage is looking pretty good so far. Now that we got a very nice couple of tiers upgrades, we are poised to make a run here. $1 cent game. Just 1 cent. All we're looking for is 1 cent. I give you permission to give me Pageant Boy. Well, we get Matchbook, which is going to give us at least a chance to get 1 cent out of the... we can't do anything about the stone chest or the mimic chest. We have to get... We either have to bomb the donation machine, or we have to get a cent out of this tinted rock. Or maybe one here? Yeah, there we go. Okay. And the tinted rock is in the room above the secret room. So let's, what am I doing? Let's go bomb the, let's get the tinted rock now. And hopefully get a soul heart or something like that. And a cent would be nice. Just so we have extra money. I'm not going to take Thunder Thighs. There's no reason to at this point. It would basically cripple our run for a while. Until we got a lot of movement speed. Okay, then we're going to leave with options. And we shall finally head on down, maybe? I guess we could have gotten some out of the curse room as well. You never really associate the curse room with money, though. But if you do get money, or if you do need money and you're out of options, you've already gone and checked the alt path door, and you haven't, you bombed everything as far as the keepers are concerned, and destroyed all the fires and stuff. Hey, maybe you get lucky and get a skinny curse room. I don't know. Curse the Blind. Definitely not where we want to be here, especially with us having a 73% chance to get a devil deal, and us looking for a guppy item, and us also having the D-Sizzle. A very inopportune Curse the Blind, but it's always inopportune. There's literally never a good time for Curse the Blind. The only thing this floor is going to do is serve as us getting keys, hopefully. With us having Guppy's tail, obviously keys are going to be a very big problem for the rest of this run. Until we get, it would have been nice to have gotten Sharp Key, but this floor is only going to serve just to bolster our key drops if we end up getting one. It probably is not going to happen. Dude, that right pooter over there needs to chill. Next time we come in this room here, you got to chill out. Going way too aggro here. We get one Yave. There's no reason for us to go into the shop. No reason for us to go into the item room. First the blind, yada, yada, yada. I am going to use a bomb here to get this chest. I was hoping for a key, but you can hope and want in both hands and see what comes out the other side. I don't know. Look, I don't know old-time sayings. I don't know any of the boomer sayings. I mean, I know the actual saying, but I'm not going to say it here. Now, if we end up getting some flying here, that would be nice. If presented with a blind devil deal, would I take one? It's gonna be hard to say no, but I'm gonna say no because unless if we get an HP upgrade for the boss or something like that, there's no way. There's absolutely no way for us to. You're gonna screw us like this. You're just gonna screw us like this game. Well, we need 2 bombs instead of 1. Wait, there's a bomb over here. Oh yeah. 2 bombs gets us 4 keys. There's no way for us to place a bomb over here and have this rock go over there. If I placed a bomb here, it would destroy the rock and we wouldn't make a bridge. See, these are the rooms that I feel like we have the highest chance of getting hit in the early game anyway. Not sure what's going on with all these red chests here. Left hand. Or Guppy's tail. We do not have the left hand. That's what I meant to say. We do not want a rotten heart. I will go into the... I don't want to, but I will go into the store. Spend... to hopefully get a bomb. Get 2 bombs out of there. Okay. So we lose a key to gain 3 keys, essentially, and a bomb. So 2 bombs and 1 key to gain 4 keys. And you know what's going to happen. So I'm not going to let this... I'm not even going to let that be a chance. Look at that. We get our bombs back, too, so... We all knew what was going to happen there. That the key beggar was absolutely going to take every single one of those keys. Goes around, comes around. There we go. Good damage there with Mysterious Liquid. No devil deal anyway, so... And we get a damage upgrade. I'll take it. And another Curse the Blind. All right, now you're starting to get to the point where I may intentionally damage myself, game. I'm not gonna do that. I think that's against the spirit of the runs. But you're starting to push me towards that little wall there, game. I mean, there's no rule saying I can't, but you know, I think it's a little against the nature of the run. Mysterious Liquid should be destroying all these Globins here, no problem. There we go. I'm not gonna get baited. I'm not gonna go for the golden chest. I've seen how this one plays out many times. There's a Tenet rock right here. I'll get this one. HP, take it. Ooh, Hairpin's gonna make sure that we have a D6 chart. The D6, or the Hairpin's gonna make sure that we have a D6 charge every single time we go to the boss room, so that's nice. But man, our movement speed is it's time for an upgrade here, game. Get Pyro and Gimpy. I'm actually gonna take Pyro here. 99 bombs. I like Gimpy, don't get me wrong, but even if we get hit, we're not going to gain any benefit from having Gimpy, right? Because we're just going to R-key anyway. So even if we take damage and it drops 10 billion soul hearts, we're not going to be able to... We can't grab them. The run's over. And as silly as this challenge may seem to some people, it actually is a fantastic way to sort of teach you how to just dodge better and learn mechanics over and over again. Stuff that you're going to be seeing more often than not, which is going to be obviously the early part of a run. Now, late game, you're going to have to kind of improv and come up on the fly with your strategies and everything like that. But it is a good learning tool to see, okay, how many runs will it take before you finally get through a run where you don't take damage? How powerful do you have to become? And then establish that as sort of like your base level of saying, okay, so we need like 50 damage and, you know, max movement speed and max tiers before we can easily get through a run without ever taking damage ever. And then use that as sort of like your baseline to practice against, and then see, well, you know what? Let's do another seed and let's see how far we can get this time around. Like, can we do it with less damage? Can we do it without having flying? Can we do it with this and that? And eventually that kind of practice leads you to great things. The R-key challenge is the wacky one. Check out the shop. I do want some keys. I want all the keys that we can get right now. I would love to be able to get some use out of Red Stew, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, we can use one bomb. We have plenty of bombs here, so. We have a greed. I mean, it makes sure that we don't have a greed fight, but it also takes away from our hairpin. I don't want that. All right, here we go. 4th time's a charm. You saw that little energy icon pop up. That was hairpin giving us a full charge. Yeah, I'll take old bandage. It's fine. Old bandage, again, it's not going to do anything for us because obviously we won't be able to gain any benefit out of it if we do take damage from enemies. But at the same time, at least it gives us an HP upgrade. And you never know if we get like a Demon Judgment or something like that. I saw that Phantom Shot, by the way, game. The quest for speed continues. That'd be, ooh, okay, we got some flying here. Now that would have made for a very bad Keanu Reeves movie. The quest for speed. Especially if it's really taken out of context. We have flying now. Flying is definitely going to help out, although it doesn't help out our... It helps our mobility, but does not help out our movement speed at all. Still, hopefully it will increase the... Or it will decrease the chance we have of getting hit. Only a matter of time. I mean, it's going to happen. We'll get to the point where we get so strong that we can't not get hit, right? Right? Right. Obviously, us having Sad Onion is going to help out and almost max out our tears rate, which is great. Soul Hearts are going to be plentiful here for now. Early flying is just going to be so good. And what's hilarious is that we already have more items than we've had on really bad crawl runs before, right? Like, how many times have we seen on a crawl run where we have, what, 12 items? 13 items at most? So, what I'm trying to say is that there's no excuse. This should be it, I hope. Depending on how good or how bad our Devil Deal is. I will take member card just to see what's in here. Filigree Feather ain't bad, but I don't think that we can actually use it in an R-key. I don't think we can use it in an R-key challenge. I don't remember if the spikes count or not in the sack room. I want to say that they actually do. Got AWAS. We can use a reroll here because, again, remember, we have the hairpin. It gives us a full charge no matter what. So that's an inconsequential full charge right there. Critical charge. We can use AWAS on top of a piece of art on the ground, like grass or notes or anything like that. Get very sad that there was nothing in there and we don't have a full charge here, but we will have it very soon. It's gonna be Mons, bro. Gotta be careful with tier effects. They do some wacky, crazy things. Shot speed, we'll go ahead and take, even though our shot speed's a little bit high. And we get the Pact and False PH Dizzle. Maybe the Demon Judgment will proc Celtic Cross. No. I'm going to take the Pact for sure. I will take Athame as well. Okay. Yeah, this feels good. First, the Maze. Still need a movement speed upgrade, but Athame obviously is going to help us out with our boss killing. It's going to help us out with our mob clearing. This is the run right here. This is it. I would have liked to have gotten a few more keys while we had a golden key, but can't do. C'est la vie. More like c'est la key. Thank you, thank you. I'll be here all day. Especially if we don't get any more movement speed. Then we'll definitely be here all day. Napping would be fan-schmabulous if we can get some. Obviously a benefit. How did I miss the door there? My finger hit the caps lock key for a moment. And it just broke my brain. I get a golden bomb. Doesn't really mean too much because we have so many bombs anyway. A lot of money. We are also getting another dead end. All right. What was that? We are not ready to make another YouTube short out of this episode from Broken Clown Physics. We're about to get hit in there. Also, hey, Curse the Maze, you want to lay off my Fool card? Now, those of you who don't know any better what just happened, you're probably like, hang on a second, buddy. Hang on 1 minute. What kind of mod you got loaded on this here save file? Why'd you use a Fool card and then teleport not to the starting room? Well, Cletus, it's because we have ourselves Curse the Maze. And Curse the Maze loves to mess with teleportation cards. It can proc and shuffle you even after using a guaranteed teleport card, like Fool, for example. So you might think you're using an Emperor card and you're going to go straight to the boss. Where, in fact, you're actually going to be taken to some random room or maybe even a secret room. Does happen. There's Mui Mall. Also, speaking of Mui Mall, this level. Keep that penny. So 28 minutes so far. We have not broken the plane to the depths yet. We'll see if we're going to be in for a long one here or not. Okay. Yeah, Steam City. I'll take the Steam sale. Bogo bombs, Soul the Keeper, we might as well. Guaranteed to give us a ton of money.
Soul of the Keeper.
Yep. Ton of money. The Fool card. And Mr. Me. And we're still looking for our item room. One of those maps that are just gonna spawn it right on the way, or relatively close to the boss room. And we get the cancer item, or we get super bandage. Now the cancer item is not going to matter because as soon as we take damage, we're not gonna be able to gain any benefit out of the wafer effect, the R key challenge, because as soon as we take damage, we use an R key. That's the whole point. Need some more Yaves though. That is a nightmare of a Sinvicta map if I've ever seen one right there. Now that is Leonidas kicking the messenger in 300. Like, tell me that's all. Like all the way to the east is his foot. You know, like we're on his arm as he's taking that stance back, you know. The shop is kind of like his nose in a way. You know, you see it. I act like I'm crazy. I mean, look, the elbow or the Tetris room makes a perfect arm, like shoulder blade, for that stance. I get rid of the barrels because I always get hit by the barrels. We fail a 48% double deal chance, which is a very odd, weird number to have, and oh, double deal. The curse of loss this time. And the hunt for speed continues. We've had 0 speed up so far. That's a problem in any run, but especially in Arcade Challenge run where we need the mobility. Having flying is only going to be able to save us so much. But at least we do have flying, and yes, I would absolutely walk into one of those Eternal Flies if given a chance. Not deliberately, of course, but yeah. Hoping for some big things in here. We don't have a whole lot of money, but we do have Steam sale for the member shop, and it's going to be Greed. So this is where the Rib of Greed would have definitely helped out in that previous run. Spectral Tears is nice. I am going to take the Spectral Tears for half price. It's pretty good. Obviously, we don't need the Tears up at all because we're maxed out at the soft cap anyway of 5.5. Okay, we gained a key. All right. Now, I know that we didn't go into the item room on this floor, but I honestly don't even care. I think we'll be fine with that one item room. Plus, it also increases our chance of getting a planetarium, which might be cool. That was a little bit closer than I thought it would be. Another Eternal Heart. Torn Photo. A little more shot speed. We get our second Guppy item here. I will take Guppy's Hairball. And the nail is going to give us Leviathan. But again, we don't get any movement speed here, game. See, what we need here, what you need to do is you need to give us some movement speed. Run away from Guppy, which is nice. I feel like dealing with that. All right. There's our north, south, and west way to go. Now we go to the east. All right. Here we go. Does this count? It doesn't count. Okay, that's good to know. So the damage from a Sacrum, for the Sacrum Shuffle, does not count against the R key. Very good to know. said it. I said it earlier. I said our shot speed was way too high. E-Twanky and the My Little Unicorn. No, thank you. All right, now this is the run. You know what? I will say this. I'll guarantee the run that we get the speed upgrade on is gonna be the run. That's just what's happening. We can get 2 rerolls out of this, actually, before we even go fight the boss. Let's go do that. Let's go reroll the D-Twanky and My Little Unicorn. Heh. Yeah, not great. Sad bombs, I mean, we could get some use out of sad bombs, but it's not going to be our primary source of damage, and we certainly aren't going to need Midas Touch, as unless we somehow got some kind of invincibility like Book of Shadows or something like that. I'm going to go Tech Zero. The last time we took Proptosis, it absolutely cooked us, especially with this movement speed, with us having to get very close range. Yeah, I think Proptosis is legitimately bad for this. All right. Here we go. Boss number 1. Movement speed. Do a fortune. I don't think we want to do a random dice effect. Rerolling this would be bad. Human Baby and Robo Baby 2.0. Magic Skin is magic bad. Yeah, we're getting a little bit too spendy with our keys. Let's slow our roll. I didn't even mean to open that one. Let's slow our roll for a second here. We get 2 keys back. I'm happy about that. There we go. There we go. Athame kicking butt. Remember, we have Black Candle, so we don't have to worry about having any curses anymore, which is nice. And suffice to say, we're probably not going to make boss rush, because we're sitting at 35 minutes now. I do kind of want to go to the shop, especially with us having member card. There's a greater chance we see something like growth hormones, or I mean, any of the speed up syringes. They tend to show up in the black markets and in the members shop for some reason, a little bit more often than usual. Other items. Or PhD. I mean, PhD would be fine. Got Isaac's Birthright here. And Birthright is going to allow us to have a rotating item pedestal. That we can choose one of the 2, which is nice for the D6, which this all but guarantees that we're going to get a speed upgrade now. Right? Right? Secret room's there, by the way. We might as well go check it out. We have a spare full charge, so I'd like to use it. Yeah, Shielded Tears and Book of Mysteries is not going to be it, although Skeleton Key, sir. And we get the D Infinity, which and there's no reason not to take the D Infinity, I suppose. We already have flying, so we get a free D6 here. We get Spin Dizzle. Okay. now we're interesting. Even way more interesting than we were 20 seconds ago. So Spin Down Die is now going to open up a world of possibilities for us. Especially when we're talking about having Isaac's Birthright. We are finally going to get a movement speed upgrade. And Goathead or... I mean, Goathead would be nice. And we don't care about Broken Heart. All right, this is definitely the one. 100% this is the one. Got to be the one. We got a movement speed upgrade. We're back to almost... We're back to almost just above Or barely above Isaac base rate. Movement speed. Yeah, we might as well be Sonic at this point. Tech 1 is something I do want. Although it would destroy, it would break Tech 0. Honestly, like Tech 0 without piercing shots, I think Tech 0 is very mid. It's not a bad item by any means. It has very, very little effectiveness unless you have piercing shots. That's my hot take of the day. So Tech 0 or Tech 1 comes out of chocolate milk. There we go. We get Tech 1 now. Tech 1 with piercing and also spectrals, of course. So spectral tears. Get the compass. Ooh, Mom's key would be nice, but I'm still not going to take that over the compass. For an R-Key challenge, having any type of navigation. I don't really want Tarot Cloth, to be honest. I mean, there's no reason not to, but I'd rather save our money, which is going to be limited because we have the member card, something crazier, something off the wall, something magical, like a speed upgrade. Ooh, man, that mysterious liquid damage right there. Yeah, we take speed upgrades here. This is a speeding zone. 9 lives is going to give us our Guppy transformation, baby. Take 9 lives. And I don't really need black powder, to be honest. I'm just gonna wait on that. But we've got Guppy now. We've got flying. We've got movement speed. This is the run. That being said, we still need a little bit more movement speed, but we're in much better shape than we were a few moments ago. I'm going to take Guppy's collar. Spin down is just so huge. If you don't know what spin down die does, by the way, it will take the item ID of an item on a pedestal and then spin that down 1. And lo and behold, you'll get a myriad of possibilities here. That's sulfur. Sulfur and Pluto. Yeah. Or sulfur, it turns into the golden razor blade. The thing is, though, is that I don't want to necessarily spin that down. Because we have we could go back to the item room, I suppose. Alright, let's beat Peep real quick. Man. Piercing with Mysterious Liquid is so strong. And yeah. We take more movement speed. The shovel. Neither one of these turns into something I care about. Candy Heart might be okay, I suppose. We'll take Candy Heart. So every single time we pick up a red heart now, it's going to potentially give us a stat upgrade. Potentially. There we go. All right. Yeah, we're looking pretty now. Movement speed is on point. Sacred Orb plus Isaac's passive is fantastic. We're not going to use Sanguine Bond. So if we can get a full charge at any point, we're going to be able to get Sacred Orb, which is huge. I'm gonna take metal plate because it can sometimes negate damage. Now I don't know if that damage is gonna get negated here in our key challenge, but I guess we'll find out. And getting skeleton key and pyro in the same run. Well, technically it's not the same run, but technically it is kind of. I mean, I don't know. At this point, I don't even know what you would consider this. Is this the first run? Is this still the run? And we're getting new maps and stuff, but it's still the same seed. See, these are the rooms where we just have to be careful. Where our damage and stats do not matter. And Backstabber is an absolute must-have here. Yeah, let's get Backstabber. Let's go back and get Sacred Orb before we go into the shop, because that Sacred Orb kicks in immediately. So as long as you have any unrevealed item pedestals, they will be re-rolled with Sacred Orb in mind. We say goodbye to Sanguine Bond. You shan't be missed. We didn't take you in the first place. So Sacred Orb is going to essentially just increase the item quality across the board of the items that we get. I mean to put that bomb there. I did mean to put that bomb there on that tinted rock, though. I'm always looking for tinted rocks. Always. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the eye tracking episode we did last year. Or did we do one this year? I don't think we did an eye tracking in 2024. Oh, baby. Keeper sack. And I am going to take 4.5 volt. No, I wanted the damage game. You got to be careful of that. If you have Binge Eater or Isaac's passive or anything like that, the game will put the next item pedestal on you immediately as soon as it spawns.
Yera.
A Yera rune. Oh, careful now. Keeper sack is at least going to give us a chance to get more permanent stat ups here while just doing what we were always doing, which is just simply buying stuff from the store. Especially with member card. Genesis. I don't think we're gonna do Genesis here. Binge Eater would be not bad, but I'm gonna take Guppy's Eye here. I mean, we can use the R key or the red key for one room here. Wouldn't be that one. It would most likely be underneath the shop. No, it's going to be at the very beginning. It's going to be between the curse room and the mini boss room. That's the only place that it would really logically make sense on this very long floor. And it's pouring outside. And I'd be wrong. Finally getting rain, which you would think was going to be the signaling of a cool front, but you'd be wrong, because it's still going to be 85 degrees outside, which is admittedly better than 90, but not much. It's like, come on, weather. It's November, man. I can't get in the Christmas spirit when I'm sweating outside. I don't think anyone can. So I thought that we were above that rock. But apparently not. We could get Brimstone. I'm going to take Halo, though. You know what I'm feeling like? I'm feeling like at this point we need to get a little crazy. We need to get a little crazy. We don't need PhD, to be honest. I will take Synth Oil. We don't need double Athame. I will, however, take the battery. Battery. And starter deck. You can play this game. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that Blood Clot does anything. You already know where I'm going. All right. If Lamb has to be the boss that we need to beat, so be it. We can get Godhead, but I don't think it's going to matter. Man, Sacred Heart, however. Do we go for Sacred Heart? We would need to use... Well, technically, we could spin down into Sacred Heart with Isaac's Pedestal. We need to get a full charge here on fighting Uriel without getting hit. We're just going to go for it. We're go big or go home. We got it! Oh, mama. Sacred Hizzle. 3 full charges. Let's go. We need to make sure that we get our we get our HP here. Or that works too. Oh baby. This is the run right here. This is the run right here. I'm getting Brimstone anyway, which we got. I mean, we got to take Brimstone, right? Brimstone, Sacred Hizzle should be a lock. Bible and Quince ain't bad. We can be a little spendy with our HP here just because it's, I mean, one hit and we go back. Oh man, Polyphemus with this. Could also do Polyphemus. I'm gonna go for it. We need 2 full charges here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, Hamolacria is going to change things a little bit. Okay. Yeah, Hamolacria Brimstone Sacred Heart is a lot of damage. There we go. Brittle Bones. Take Brittle Bones. Use a Tears Up. I mean, if we're gonna take damage, we might as well get some Tears Up out of it. Okay, then all we gotta do is roll this once. Then I will take. No, we don't need Rosary. Go back to the D6. I'm doing this just to get Polyphemus here, as this is going to make killing our final boss a little bit easier. But we've got so much damage; it should be a cakewalk at this point. We just need to not take damage. That's it. That's gonna be easy, right? Right. I mean, we might as well take Lead Pencil. It's going to be a massive amount of damage there. All right. On to the final boss. You thought I was going to be Lamb, didn't you? Oh, no, 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 no. The true final boss of the Narkey Challenge, Mega Stanley. I don't know where our tears are going, but they're not They're not staying on the screen here. Yep. Okay. Good. I don't know where that beam came from. We shot that tier about 2 fortnights ago. Going all in here. 126 damage. Big time damage. Big time damage. Big time damage. In with the flies. Oh, baby. Down goes Megastan. And the run is over. Well, I think that we had it down. I was going to fight Delirium. I was hoping that Delirium was going to open his door. But, hey, it didn't take forever. It did take an hour for the video. I didn't see what the final runtime was on that. But I will take that. So thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for unlocking the R-Key challenge. It is always a marathon, man. But like I said during the episode, it's a very good teaching tool to kind of help you understand like how a power curve works in Isaac. The stronger you get, the faster you can get out of rooms, the less time you have to dodge, and then eventually you get to the point where you're just untouchable. So, and once again, thank you to Samurai for the awesome question of the episode. Post your answers to that one and also your own questions down below in the comment section. And thank you, Mosh Pit, for another 3,000 like video. On to the next like streak goal. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Daniel Lynch, Dina, Loanis Z, and Kane Hughes. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.